see me? No, you can't. Hi everyone, welcome back. Certainly right into winter now. Haven't had any frost yet, thankfully, just loads and loads of rain. Although things have slowed down during winter, and in fact it's nearly ground to a halt, it's a time to actually plan ahead. So in the next few videos you see me planning ahead, start to sow things and build things to get ready for the next year. And I don't know if you heard a saying, the 6 P's, push pure planning leads to push pure performance. So this is forward planning, getting all my beds ready, get all the plants seeded and give it a good start to the year. Hence that's why I have got the onions going a wee bit early, but that's to give it a good start obviously. I've got the sweet peas and other bits and bobs, the mushrooms for example. So in this episode we're going to concentrate on sowing now to allow the plants to develop and to be harvested hopefully come late spring. One of the plants which has been, I don't know what the name is, is it bred or pollinated or whatever, is the Varan lettuce, maybe cost lettuce. They are all year round, so you can plant it now, you can sow it now and be planted in the polytunnel. Hopefully in a few months time you can harvest it, hopefully maybe mid-February, late February time, depending how harsh the winter is. How it grows in Scotland is two different things, and I know that down further south in UK they will probably grow fine, but in Scotland all weather and all sunshine is kind of limited. So that's why you got Beach Grove Garden finishing earlier than Gardeners World. So first of all, I am going to make probably the best seeding compost and young plant potting compost. It's homemade, it's a great way of saving money, saving ideas, and basically what I do, I've bought Richmoor garden compost from Morrison's. They're about 5 bags for a tenner, which is like 200 litres, which is pretty good when you think about it. 200 litres. I'm going to close this door, I'm just going to back banging. And ideally you want it dry. The reason for that is it's out. You want to riddle the big clumps from it using that. I mean, you can see yourself, there's about, it's roughly about 8mm holes in there, so I'll sieve out most of the clumps. So you want to riddle this. The soil's actually slightly lumpy because it's been sitting outside, so like I said, ideally you want it inside, and I should have put it under cover for a bit longer. The other occasion you probably have to tap the riddle just to free the holes up. And hopefully what you should have is clumps that have been sieved out, and you get finer stuff at the bottom. So what I tend to do is what I tend to do is I do a whole bag up first and then put it back into the, once I'm finished, I'll reuse the compost bag. So I'll fast forward into what I've done with the rest. As you can see, it's quite an easy process, especially if your compost is slightly drier, which by the way I changed the bag because that other one was a bit too damp, so these are a lot easier to riddle than the other one. And you can see now that's a shite, that's, or it's not shite obviously, but it's the bigger pieces of debris from the compost bag. Now by no means throw this away, put it in your compost bin or put it into your beds. It's still usable anyway, so it's not all wasted. I usually just put it into a separate bag. Come springtime I'll put it into the raised beds, there's nothing's wasted. So I've done half a bag, or nearly half a bag, so as you can see yourself it's quite fine, it's ideal. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to add to it, this is about, I don't know, a third full. I'm going to add to it perlite. I bought a big massive 100 litre bag from eBay of various sizes. I think it goes up to something like 6mm in bits. Now what you want ideally is mix, because you get a third of this of compost, ideally what you want to do is roughly 50% of compost, well 2-to-1 ratio should I say, 2-to-1 ratio, basically 2 parts compost and 1 part perlite. And it seems a lot, and it is quite a lot, but it's for a seedling, so you want a good drainage. Right, here's my 1 kilo bag, 100 litre bag from eBay, and because they are quite a lot of larger perlite in there, I am going to riddle that as well. I bought this Navy as well. It's from Japan, made in Japan, so quality product. And these has about 2.5mm grid at the bottom to sieve out the finer particles. And just like compost, just sieve it in. I'm going to try and make a 10-minute video, over 10 minutes, because apparently that gets, according to the internet, YouTube algorithms, gets that posted onto the recent uploaded videos. I can't seem to get my videos onto recent uploads for some reason. It's there, it just doesn't appear, so I'm going to try and advertise it more. So that's most of the smaller grain, leaving you with the bigger grain. Again, I would use that for potting larger plants, so it's not wasted. Either you can actually just crush it yourself in a bag, so it's not getting wasted. Excuse me. What? Health and safety here. Oops. Health and safety here. Perlite dust, it's not good for your lungs, it actually agitates it, so if you're working loads of it, wear a mask, which I should be doing, but don't have it with me, sorry. This day and age I should have. Right. I am now going to speed up the process super fast. For demonstration purposes, I think that's enough. So, that's that done. See? So before we continue on, I've got a couple more stuff to put into it. Now generally, I would put in Kwok, which comes in a block and you put in water and it doubles up. and generally they are pretty good and fine, but this bag I've got here, it's all clumpy, it's big bits, it's no use to me, so that's going into my normal compost bag. It's a shame, I had high hopes for those, put that away later. So what I'm going to put into place is vermiculite. The reason I'm putting this stuff in is obviously, not obviously, but it's to keep the moisture in the soil. So I'll put a good bit in there. And then you just mix it all up together. And that's another reason, if you want the compost to be kind of not totally dry, but reasonably dry, so you can keep it all nice and fluffy and it will mix well. What I might do is I'll try and find another bag of cocoa. Is that how you pronounce it? Cocoa? I don't know. Anyway, and mix in with this. But meantime, this will do. Seems pretty mixed in now. Yep, that's it. Right. Into the polytunnel we go. Right, the compost, that's it all mixed in. The seed compost should look like that, so it's all fine, no chunks in it, it's great, feels brilliant as well. So what am I going to do is, see you around again. Hello, 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 hello. Right, so what I'm going to try and do is, I bought these, I think it's pronounced Velan, maybe wrong, however these are winter gems and it's great for growing in the polytunnel. Take these gloves off. So I'm going to plonk a couple of seeds in each one. Seeds are tiny, man. Just gotta flatten this down a bit. Just put a couple of seeds in each one. Could be 3 or 4 in each one actually. Can hardly see them. Right. What's that? Get my fine wee riddle. And some compost here. Give it a wee water, see how it goes. Yes, it started raining again. Anyway, so what else I'm going to sow? I'm either a month out or, excuse me, 2 months too early. However, I'll give it a try. I'll sow about half a dozen or so. It's cauliflower snowballs. And it does say you meant to like sow it in January to February, but I got an email from Sutton's to say sow it in October for it to be ready in March or April, so wait and see. And what I'm doing, I ran out of trays, but I found this wee mochi plastic containers which I'm recycling. If you haven't tasted mochi's ice cream before, you need to try it. It's really good. Basically it's like it's ice cream. You get coconut ice cream, you got pistachio, green tea, etc. And it's wrapped with a kind of the rice. It's a rice kind of, how would you describe it? Anyway, it's like the rice noodles you get, but it's that kind of same way. It's basically a kind of rice soft pastry, and it's frozen, and I kid you not, it is the best. It is the best. So give that a try. But yeah, they come in these wee plastic containers. Comes in 6 balls obviously. So I'm going to fill it up with the compost and try my luck on those. What I've also got is some, which I saved from this year, was sweet peas. These are the kind of white with a slight kind of purple blue tinge in the middle. They're really nice, very fragrant as well. So apparently it's the best time to sow it is now. It will germinate, but it will kind of grow slowly before it's time to plant out. So you'll plant these ones as well. About 4 in each one, see how it goes. Maybe more than that. Says I do have a few. So let's plunk it in. Not too much in that one. Save a few just in case they don't make it, but I'm being optimistic here. Right, I'll just put some more compost on that. Right, purely as an experiment, I've got these sweet peas which are still growing fine outside. They haven't died off from the last light frost I've had. So the young shoots, as you can see there. So I'm just going to take off all these wee bits. Just trim that off, don't want to cause any damage. And I'll just leave that as it is and just plunk it into the soil. Just lost its thing. So let's take it off, and I'll cut the wrong bit. go. There. And that's what gardening's about, isn't it? It's trial and error, testing it out, see if it works. If it works, we can do more next year. You can see I'm just kind of plunking a lot into this pot. You can always separate it if it's successful. You can always just start separating it. The roots should be okay. I haven't put any root hormone into these because basically I don't have any. I left it in my house. I wasn't expecting to do this, to be honest, but if we try, I meant to say, you might think it's all a bit of a faff making your own seed compost, but to be honest, you know what's going in. It's all fine, no lumps, and you can make a lot. And what else are you going to do in your lockdown? Come on, think about it. Exactly. Right. Just going to give this a good water, just pressing it down to see it, make sure there's good contact between the plant and the soil. See how it goes. Right, just going to put these into my wee greenhouse. We'll see how it goes on from there. My onions are still doing well. In fact, just touching the roof no more, so I'll probably give those a wee trim once it gets slightly bigger, but it's okay in a moment, or I might just bring it out. So, I think that's it. So, see how those plants get on and I'll update you once it starts growing. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe everybody, thanks for watching, bye for now. Live in my polytunnel. Here's my brassica, my broccoli. That's a nice head. In fact, it's probably right enough to harvest now. Zoom into that one. That one's still. There you go. After playing about with it, that's it there. That's still coming on nicely. My gooseberries are still alive. As you can see. My tomatoes still there, and they still taste brilliant, so I'll be harvesting them. Fingers crossed they'll still survive. We still haven't had a hard frost yet, so fingers crossed. I think my aubergines are just about dead. And my peppers, they're still alive. These are the red Tora ones. They're still alive, so fingers crossed. My chili plants, they're still there. So yes, it's all go go go.